Oh no, boys and girls. This is a really bad idea. This is just off the cuff. Got a few topics to cover. This is a real get rid of that. Okay. Anyway, let's see. So we did Saturday Night at the Atheist last night. We went over Nicholas Whitmire and his war on Jen Aldrich, and at the same time, there was a stream going on Smokey's channel where Smokey, Jesus Christ, you know, I really don't care about you anymore, Smokey. Just go the fuck away and leave people alone, for Christ's sake. But he probably isn't going to do that, I guess. So he's going to keep coming up. But he was a real asshole last night. Jen was on the channel for about, I don't know, a minute and a half, and he booted her, and she never came back. And his true colors just keep shining through. I mean, the man is a piece of shit. He is. He loves the word trash. I can see why. Anyway, so there were some comments over there. Apparently, Maddox. Oh, one cool comment by Maddox that I noticed. All I got to do is search for pudding, you know, and I find all these comments. That's pretty cool. He says to SFT, my alpha status is constantly being challenged by pudding. Well, John, you don't have fucking alpha status. I'm sorry. You know, you thought you could take me because I'm old. I think at one point, Maddox actually said that when people are like around 70, that their minds, you know, everybody's mind starts to go when you get older. Like he thinks dementia is across the fucking board, or that it's correlated with age, which is pretty funny and shows how little the idiot knows. There was that. And then apparently Maddox popped over to our channel and saw our treatment of Nicholas. And somehow I got accused of gay bashing. I'm not sure what the fuck that was about. I think somebody suggested that Nicholas has some aspects of a person who may be a little bit challenged by his sexuality. And I won't mention the name of the person, my friend, but made a comment about it, and somehow that came back on me. So Smokey saying, so I bounced over to Lord Pudding's channel. They were literally mad at God and talking about jerking off. I'm not making this up. I don't remember. Jerking off, I mean, pretty much comes up on Saturday Night at the Atheist every week. I mean, just automatically, I think. For Christ's sake, you know, you got a bunch of 20-somethings there. But I remember being literally mad at God and jerking off. It's good to know that you guys are checking on us. And then, lol, are you serious? LPP, Smokey says. Lol, speed of pudding is a tool. Where the fuck else? I think they'll leave me alone after that. Oh, no, they mentioned the gay bashing. Where the hell else is it? Pudding is a gay basher. I think that gay bashing thing might be a little projection on their part. Oh, Proclaimer of the Messiah. Okay, was bashing you tonight. I heard you're gay. Whatever, puddings, something. I don't know what the fuck. What do we got here? Oh, pudding's into gay bashing now. Why am I not surprised? Basement Dweller, another piece of shit. Person with zero morale. I don't know why these Christian YouTube groups are attracting such absolute fucking crap, immoral dickheads. I guess is that part of Christianity? I wanted to mention last night this whole thing with Jen. She really triggered him, and like the odd thing is that what triggered them most is the colors that she chose, her color scheme, right? When they see the color red, they just go absolutely apeshit. They associate it so much with Satan because I think Satan lives in their fucking minds. I mean, yeah, this is after praises bullshit, Minnie. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, Satan is so much on their minds that when they see the color red, they associate it with Satan. Now, I studied consciousness for many years, and red qualia was one of the things that I was really into, so I did a lot of subjective work on red qualia. Now, when I see red, I automatically think the very first thing I think of is a red stop sign, an automobile stop sign, because red to me triggers me, and I automatically think, oh shit, screech, I missed the stop sign, or a red stoplight. And the next association is with blood, because every fucking time I chop vegetables, I end up with blood, and blood is kind of disturbing. And then the next association is what happens when the cops get mad at you. The red lights come on. So, I mean, red is a trigger color for human beings. And I think because red fruit was very, very important to us, there's all this emotional mechanism. And if you watch subjectively what happens when you see different colors, if you're able to do a little introspection, you'll notice that you have all sorts of memes that pop up. Well, these fucking Christians, first thing that pops up for them is fucking Satan. And as soon as Satan pops up, I think their dicks pop up. I don't know. What do you think, guys in the chat? Do you think Christians have a problem with their dicks? Do you think that they're a little overly concerned with other people's dicks and other people's sex lives? I mean, that's all they fucking talk about is other people's bedrooms and what other people do in their bedrooms. Now, they also claim to be fucking Republicans. Well, I'm a Republican. I'm kind of an old school Republican, the Constitution and the privacy, your own home is, a place where the government stays the fuck out of. The government stays the fuck out of your wife's womb and stays the fuck out of your bedroom. Now, somehow, Republicans have lost that rule. I mean, that just went away. That's like from like the 60s and maybe the 50s and 70s, where the Republican Party stood for the sanctity of the Constitution, strong military, small government, and staying the fuck out of people's bedrooms. Well, since the Republicans got married to the fundamentalist evangelical Christians, whose vote they needed, that's why they married them, they have just gotten all out of fucking kilter. So, I mean, this whole thing going, their excuse for going after Jen Aldrich over the video that she covered from Netflix and over the original thing where Otangelo went on Jimmy Snow's channel, it's so fucking obviously them being triggered by the fact that she is an attractive lady, and she is talking. Attractive ladies in their world aren't supposed to talk, aren't supposed to have a position of power or say anything meaningful, so they automatically have to discount it. These people are pieces of shit, and they should be called out. I mean, it's horrible. When you suppress your sexual urges, it builds up and explodes, no pun intended. Well, here's the thing. Now, I was in evolutionary psychology heavily around 2000. That's kind of what got me into the whole evolutionary biology thing and into neuroscience. I had a theory that, like, for mating among humans, there's a certain element of risk for males, basically. That males and possibly for females too, that there's something about novelty, when like novel, I mean, it explains why there are kinky, how kinky sex gets involved. We tend to go for novelty, and novelty may have allowed us to step outside of our tribes and possibly relationships and spread the DNA a little bit further. So, I mean, there's this whole, what is it? It's like if you say something is forbidden, okay, if that particular sexual thing is forbidden, then suddenly it becomes charged sexually. So somehow it just has like the opposite effect if you say something is forbidden. And I think Christianity is based heavily on sin, which to them is almost invariably about sex. They don't think slavery is sin. You know, I mean, hell, that was culturally appropriate back then. But somehow it's always about sex, and they make it forbidden, and it's almost like they make it forbidden almost so that it's more exciting to them. And the problem with that is that forbidden sex ends up being, I mean, it's problematic for human beings. If you get too far into it, if you get too far into this forbidden crap, you will become a fucking pervert. I shouldn't have said that. I mean, there's a whole lot of, like normal uses of this forbidden thing. I didn't really mean that everybody's a pervert that does, kinky things, but if you suppress it, it'll fuck you up, and these Christians, they get all fucked up. And what do? They go out hunting on YouTube, looking at other people's channels, looking at other people's bodies sexually. And then when they came upon this movie on Netflix, I mean, they made it about fucking the sickest shit that you can imagine. And to me, the movie was about identity and, teenage identity, which is a real bitch for teenagers. And they had to take it all the way. They had to go all the way into the fucking darkest fucking recesses of humanity's sexual fucking crap. I mean, they couldn't just leave it there. It's got to be about child molestation. I mean, that's where their fucking minds live. There's something wrong with these people. There's something wrong with Christianity. I mean, I am an anti-theist. I believe that the sooner mankind gets rid of this shit, the better off we're going to be. Right now, it's 2020 for Christ's sake, and we still believe that a bunch of animals gathered around a big fucking wooden boat and got on it and survived 700-foot tsunamis while the fucking earth exploded and shot Bukkake up on the moon. I mean, for God's sake, people, drop the religion, for Christ's sake. Take a look at secular Buddhism as an alternative. All the spirituality without any of the fucking fairy tales. I mean, these guys actually have a worldview that I fully understood when I was 6 years old, when my mother drugged me over to that Presbyterian church and made me go to Sunday school. They explained the whole fucking, I mean, the metaphysics is so deep that a 6-year-old can understand it. I mean, fuck. I'm just sick of them. So, I wanted to mention Otangelo yesterday. He is so totally blinkered and so totally blocked in his thinking. And I think I explained it in a little chat, in a comment on that video. I forget who I was. Somebody new commented on the video, and I did a reply on it. And basically, they confuse science with this worldview, this metaphysics that they have. And they automatically think in terms of metaphysics rather than methodological naturalism, which is why they can never do science, and which is why we're never going to do science-splaining to them. I mean, no matter how much science-splaining we do, these fuckers are never going to get it, So anyway, I think we're pretty much, Otangelo and I pretty much decided that we're done talking to each other. We come from totally different ways of thinking about the world. And the only thing that I can do is explain why I believe what I believe and point out why Otangelo is as wrong as he is. So I think we're going to be getting into that. We are going to be meeting up a little more with Demeter, who is also a little frustrated. He was so patient, that poor man. I was done. And to be fair, Otangelo is done with me. And I'm done with him. So we're just going to do videos about each other. One other thing I wanted to mention is John Maddox, Beta Wolf. Beta Wolf. You're a Beta Wolf. Come on, you're not a fucking Alpha Wolf. You want to be. I mean, it shows in your little fucking chuckle laugh or whatever. He came into this field somewhere around January, I think, and decided it would be interesting to see what inspired him to get into the YouTube world. He was probably lurking for a while, but I think the first thing that he did is he went to Answers in Genesis or Creation Institute for Creation Research, and he found a guy named David Abel. And David Abel is somebody who has hijacked the information revolution that's happening in biology today. And he writes gobbledygook really well. He's really entertaining to read. And he is cited like 40 times in the AIG, or Institute for Creation Research literature. His papers are cited like 40 times. The guy's prolific. He's got about 100 papers out there, and he is a closet ideer and believer. He will never claim that, but this is what David Abel does. So David Abel got John Maddox into reading papers from the Royal Society on Information and Biology, and what has been the revolution in biology that's been going on since around, well, it started in the 60s, but it took hold in like 1986 at a conference, and really took hold of all of biology in 2010. And that is the whole semiotics information thing. And he came up in that, and he suddenly realized that he had all these quotes, all these cherry pick quotes that he could pick up, and he could skim across the top, and he could like, oh, information. Scientists don't know about information, but somehow John Maddox does. He figured it out, right? I mean, it's like, it's just, so he starts spewing that shit. And of course, you have your standard atheists in debates saying, oh, no, it's not a code. It's an analogy, whatever. And there was the big fight and whatever, but John Maddox is doubling down. So then I did a video on information where I just explained semiotics, basically explained the triangle relationship of biosemiotics. And I'm trying to explain information for you guys. I see 3 of you in chat, probably 3 of you watching. I'm trying to digest this new extended synthesis in evolution and basically explain it to people in this atheist community so that we can counter some of the bullshit that's coming from the other side. So anyway, I did a video on biosemiotics, and Smokey and Maddox were watching it, and they did a live stream commenting on it, and they were like, he's agreeing with us. He's agreeing with us. Like, and then Smokey was laughing. He says, he thinks he countered your argument, John, and he's just agreeing with you. It's like, yep. That's what was happening, is I was agreeing with him because I got here a long time before John Maddox to this information, biosemiotics, and extended synthesis. And I understand it, and it has not a fucking thing to do with supporting creationism or their stupid anti-evolution ideas. So, and the video it didn't have anything to do, I might have mentioned Maddox, but it had nothing to do with him. So there's that. Anyway, the other thing about Otangelo that you will notice if you listen to him, and when I dialogue with him, or Demeter dialogues with him, or Immutable, you will notice that his thinking is very disorganized. That he will jump from one subject to another. As soon as you get him down to understanding something, he will flit off and do something else. And this kind of disorganized thinking is typical of believers. They have their worldview in the back of their mind, that red satanic, sexual, fucked up worldview, that little Sunday school story in the back of their mind, and are trying to fit everything onto it. And as soon as you threaten that with logic and reason, they will just fly off, and they'll have to change the subject, or they will complexify things. They've come up with a number of new memes. One of them is kind of interesting. You'll hear it in their chats over and over again. They keep talking about science was surprised by science. Scientists didn't think the cell was going to be as complex as it is. This complexity is all new. It's like we discovered the complexity of biology in 2017 or some fucking thing. So the rhetoric is that science wanted things to be simple, and it isn't simple, therefore God, something like that. It's really bizarre. Watch for that one. It's kind of a meme. I think we should name it. I don't know what the fuck we should name it, but suggestions, anyone? Anyway, they continually do this thing. We are science is discovering. We just discovered. Science has recently found out. I was reading a paper the other day from 2020, and science has found out that God is true or some fucking thing. It's just this continual shit. And what happens? These guys, they read these papers and they're like, oh, this is complicated stuff. And they somehow turned it into fodder for their beliefs. I don't know. I do despair. They don't actually read and understand the papers because they haven't done any of the work necessary to understand the fucking thing. So, but that meme is out there and you'll see it over and over again. They think they're on the leading edge of science and that somehow modern science in the last 5 years has proved God. I mean, they really believe this very strongly. Listen to Sal Cordova, listen to Maddox, listen to any one of them, and you'll hear this rhetoric over and over again. What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? How are we going to get rid of them? I suggest an ark. We put all of the believers on an ark. What do you think? I think Douglas Adams covered that in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you know, with the, I don't know if you guys remember the meme, but he covered that very well. I think we need another ark. Anyway, I think I'm done. What are you guys? You're not chatting. What the fuck? You guys have nothing to say, Lori? Manny? Iron Charioteer? I love your shit over on Smokey's channel, Iron. That's pretty cool. Some of your comments. You're not well loved. I'm not either. At least I don't know. Did they have a nickname for you? Okay, guys. I think I pretty much said all I could say. Rambling. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll try to do better. The debate between Manny Karen and Praise I Am That I Am. Or you're thinking, anybody want to come in and have a chat? The debate has been moved to next Friday now at 4 p.m. Central Time. So it was moved from Sunday to Monday and now to Friday. And I really hope I live that long because I'm really old, guys. So is anybody interested in coming in and chatting? Let's see. Oh, there it is. You got a beat down from Immutable and Demeter. You got a beat down. Hi, Vesta. I'm thinking that if I went to one of their channels, I would probably trigger them as well. Oh my God, yeah, they wouldn't like that. Vesta. They do not care for that. I'm going to end this, guys. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow or maybe a little later today. I have some stuff I'm working on the Otangelo conversation that I had with him about information. And I'm also considering the idea of having one of you guys on. And I want to have conversations about information in biology with everyone from the guys, we call ourselves the 5 horsemen of the Cryocalypse. With us and with you guys so that we can get this information thing kind of figured out. So anyway, I'm considering all that. Now I'm leaving. Goodbye. See you guys soon.